My name is Fikri Adriansyah.
My name is Muhammad Bayu Firdaus.
Hello, my name is Ahmad Hakiki.
Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Today, our group 2, will be explaining about the sign that we found in Metropolitan Mall.
What is pragmatics? Pragmatics is a branch of linguistics that studies meaning context, focusing on how speakers use language and how listeners interpret the speaker's intended meaning. Speech acts are action performed through languages. Okay, the first one from the pragmatics is assertive. Assertive pragmatics focus on utterances used to convey facts or beliefs and to inform the listeners without requesting action or expressing emotion.
And here's the enter sign. The signs indicates our design entrance for visitors allowed to access this ride or play area.
Emergency only. Emergency only door in a mall is a door that is intended to be used only during emergency situation, such as fires or evacuations. The signs provides information about the door's function and status, warning people not to use it for normal entry or exit. Okay. The second one is directive. Directive pragmatics focus on utterances that direct or influence the listener's action.
Okay. Now is a sign mind your head. It means a sign for visitors to be careful about the obstacles or ceilings above their head.
The sign pull up to take the product on vending machine gives direct instructions to the user. It tells customers what action to perform in order to get the product, namely pulling the handle or part upward.
What is semiotics? Semiotics is the study of signs and how they create meaning in communication. It examines how linguists and non-linguistic elements, such as image, symbol, color, and gesture, function as signs that convey meaning within a social and cultural context. Semiotics focus on the relationship between the signifier, the form of a sign, such as a word or image, and the significance, the concept or meaning it represents. In linguistic analysis, semiotics helps explain how meaning is constructed not only through word but also through visual and symbolic system used in communication. Semiotic denotation, the first level of meaning, which refers to the literal meaning, literally or actual meaning of a sign.
Hello, my name is Ahmad Hakiki. I want to presentation about the picture this and theory Barnes semiotic denotation. Iconic symbol a black. Iconic a black of the smoking cigarette. Inside a red circle with a diagonal place and the text the bolts letting starting kawasan dilarang merokok atau no smoking area, and the color a high contrast village of reds, black and white. Hello, my name is Ahmad Hakiki. I want to present about this iconic element, a red silhouette of the human figure in a lifted with one the legs lifted within a red triangle and element linguistic about this bold black text reading caution with floor atau hati-hati lantai licin.
Caution with floor atau hati-hati licin. Iconic element, a red silhouette of a human figure in a tilted position with one leg lifted, enclosed within a red triangle. Linguistic element, bold black text reading, caution with floor. English and hati-hati lantai licin in Indonesia. Color element, a bright yellow rectangular background that creates high contrast with the black and red element. No smoking area or kawasan dilarang merokok. Visual, a black icon of a smoking cigarette inside a red circle with a diagonal slash. Text, both lettering stating kawasan dilarang merokok or no smoking area. Color, a high contrast palette of red, white, and black. Maintenance in progress. Physical object, a yellow plastic frame, warning signs. Text, block capital letter reading. Maintains in progress. Icon or pictogram, a right triangle with an open hand in the center. The stop or do not touch symbol. Visual context, the sign is placed on the floor of a mall next to a digital kiosk. Directory, a man stand next to it and point to the sign.
So what is linguistic landscapes? Linguistic landscape refers to the study of visible language in public space, including signs, advertisement, street names, billboards, public notice, and other written text displayed in shared environments. It examines how language are used, arranged, and represented in public settings and what these choices reveal about social, cultural, political, and economic relationship with a community. The concept focuses not only on the presence of particular languages, but also on their symbolic and communicative functions, such as expressing power, identity, ideology, and patterns of multilingualism in society. And I'll be describing what is top-down and bottom-up. What is top-down? This is language put up by authorities or institutions. Think government signs, official announcements, street names, public warnings. It's formal, regulated, and usually reflects state power, policy, and dominant language ideology. Basically, language from the people in charge. Bottom-up. This is language created by ordinary people or private actors. Signs, ads, graffiti, banners, cafe menus. It's more flexible, creative, and shows how people actually use language in daily life, including slang, code switching, and local identity. And here we have high measurement or batas ketinggian. This sign indicates the minimum and the maximum heights for children. They allowed to go to the rides. Yeah, and then here we have keluar or exit. It's indicating indicate the signs is used for the children can go out from the rides. So this is my signs about batas ketinggian, or in English high measurement. In this science, it included both top-down and bottom-up theory. The first design is mainly a top-down linguistic landscape because it is created by an authority, park or mall in management to regulate behavior. However, it also includes bottom-up elements in its visual design. The colorful layout and the phrases Dunia Anak make the rule feel friendly and suitable for children, reflecting awareness of the local audience. And then there is keluar, or in English exit. The sign keluar or exit represents a top-down linguistic landscape because it is an official institutional sign installed by authorities or building management. Its function is regulatory and informational, guiding people toward an exit. There is no strong bottom-up element in this image. Bottom-up signs usually come from individual or private business. Since this sign is standardized, professional, printed, and clearly official, it does not reflect personal or grassroots language use.